Okay, let's start exercise 7.2. Okay, so I've already given you the formula, so I'm quite sure you already have the formula. So we're asked to find the coordinate of the point which divides the point this and this in the ratio this. So they've given us the ratio, they've given us this line, which literally means that the point minus 1, 7 and then 4 minus 3 are joined, and there's a point in the middle of this line where the line is divided into 2:3 ratio, and we have to find the coordinate of this. So we just apply the formula and then we'll get the answer. Okay. So the formula was xy coordinate equal to m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2 comma m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. So in this case, this is your x1 y1, this is your x2 y2, and then this is your m1 m2. Okay, so let's just substitute the values and we'll get the answers. So m1 is 2, x2 is 4 plus m2 is 3, x1 is minus 1 by m1 plus m2 is 2 plus 3, comma, now the same goes for here, 2 into y2 is minus 3 plus m2 is 3, y1 is here, which is 7 by m1 plus m2. So we will get something like 8 minus 3 by 5 minus 6 plus 21 by 5. So 8 minus 3 is 5, so 5 by 5, you can cut it, and then this one, if you subtract there, then you will get 15 by 5, you can cut 5 3 15. So we're getting 1 3 as the coordinate. So that's it. It's pretty easy if you just apply the formula correctly. Okay. Next we will do question number 2. So let's read the question first. Find the coordinate of the points of trisection. So the main topic here is the trisection. You have to understand what is trisection. So trisection literally means if there's a point, there's 2 points they've given us, right? So let's consider 2 points, 4 minus 1 and then minus 2 minus 3. I'm just drawing like this. If you plot this in Cartesian plane, obviously 4 minus 1 would be somewhere on the bottom, minus 2 minus 3 would be this side, so something like that. Okay, anyway, it's divided into trisection. Trisection means let's consider this as A, this is B, then this is point A, this is point B. Okay, A, B. So they're saying that if this line is divided into 3 equal parts, suppose this line was 15, then it's divided into 5 5 5, 3 equal parts. Nah? So let's say this is represented by P, this is represented by Q. We're supposed to find the point P and point Q also. Both the coordinates we have to find. Okay. So for point P, the ratio will be what? M1 is to M2 will be equal to, see, for point P, we're calculating only for point P right now. Later on, we'll calculate for point Q as well. So for point P, the ratio is 1 is to 2 parts here. So 1 is to 2. I hope you understand that. P is here, so there's a 1 part here and there's 2 equal parts here. So it's like 1 is to 2 part. Okay. Now let's try to apply the formula. Okay, so like I'll just point P, P equal to, and then I'll apply the formula of xy. Okay. m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2 comma m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2, and then let's just put the values next. M1 is 1 into x2, we're taking x, so this is x1 y1 x2 y2. Okay. So x2 is minus 2 plus m2 is 2, x1 is 4 by m1 plus m2 is 1 plus 2, here m1 is 1 again, into y2 is in this case minus 3, m2 is 2, into y1 in this case y1 is minus 1 by m1 plus m2 1 plus 2. So we're getting minus 2 plus 8 by 3 minus 3 minus 2 by 3. So this will become 6 by 3 and this will become minus 5 by 3. This we can cut 3 to 0. So we're getting 2 minus 5 by 3. So that's just one part of the question, okay? We should be doing for point Q as well. So let's try to do for point Q. Okay. For point Q. Q also same, but for point Q, M1 and M2 will be what? For point Q, M1 and M2 will be, see, for point P, we're taking the perspective of going from this side. It doesn't matter, you can literally go from this side also, okay? It doesn't matter, but then since for point P, we're going to the perspective of this side, for point Q also, we'll have to take this. So for point Q, M1, M2 is 2 portions here, and 1 portion is here. So that's 1:2. Understand? For point P, it was 1:2 part, but for point Q, it will be 2:1 part. So let's apply the formula. x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2, m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. And then if we apply the formula now, m1 m2 is 2 is to 1, right? So we have x1 x2 here. So the values of x1 x2 y1 y2 will not change, okay? Only m1 and m2 will change. So m1 is 2 in this case, x2 is minus 2 plus 1 into 4 by 2 plus 1, comma, in this case also 2 into y2 is minus 3 plus m2 is 1 into minus 1 by 2 plus 1. So we will be getting something like minus 4 plus 4 by 3 is minus 6 minus 1 by 3. So we already know that plus minus same thing is gonna be 0. So this will be 0 by 3 and this is minus 7 by 3. But 0 by 3 is what? Anything 0 divided by anything is 0. But remember, 0 divided by anything is 0, but then something divided by 0 is invalid or undefined, okay? Anyway, that's the 2 points. So point, therefore Q equal to this and then P equal to this. So we're getting, we got the required points. So that's it. So let's after this, we were supposed to do question number 3, but then question number 3 is a diagram kind of a question. So I'm just gonna leave that as it is for the timing. I'll do it at the end of the exercise when everything is done, and then we're gonna skip all the questions and directly go to question number 9. Why? Because question number 9 and question number 2 is almost exactly the same. So while you're doing that, I think it will be good if you can put the questions together so that it'll become some kind of a practice for you. Okay. So let's start. This is find the coordinate of points which divides the line segment joining this and this into 4 parts. So it's the same exact question, but now instead of 3 is dividing into 4 parts. So AB. So A is minus 2, 2, and then B is 2, 8. And then now we have to divide into 4 equal parts. So let's 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, and 4 part. So let's name this P, Q, R. Okay. For point P, M1 is M2 will be what? 1 part is here. How many parts are here? 1, 2, and 3 parts. So 1:3. So P equal to XY. I'll directly put the formula, okay, without writing the formula, because I'm quite sure you're now getting used to it. M1, which is 1, into X2. So I'll just write the values of, so that we will not get confused. X2 is 2, Nah? Plus m2 is 3 into x1 is minus 2 by 1 plus 3 comma yeah, mula ko like you guys. Wait, okay, 1 into y2 is 8 plus 3 into y1 is 2 by 1 plus 3 equal to 2 ones are 2 minus 3 to the 6 by 4. It ones are 8 plus 3 to the 6 by 4. So we will get something like minus 4 by 4 and then 14 by 4. We can cut this, we can cut this. So we'll get minus 1, 7 by 2 as point P. Okay, so now let's try to do point Q. For Q, M1 is to M2 is equal to what? For point Q. For point Q, see, we can literally do like, this is 2 parts is to 2 parts, right? So it's like 2 is to 2. But then these 2 we can cut because it is ratio we're talking about. Ratio means ki question way division as a na divide kuri kuri na last in na parina charina it ratio way. So if m1 is to m2 is 2 is to 2, we can literally cut this and make it into 1 is to 1. Because if you look closely, since this and this are all divided into equal parts, this whole part and this whole part will obviously be same, right? So which means Q is the what? Midpoint. So like literally you can use M1 and M2 as 2 is to 2 and use this formula and do it. You will still get the answer no matter what. But then since we have a shortcut formula for midpoint, let's use that so that less time will be consumed. So Q equal to XY. From midpoint, the formula was what? X1 plus X2. I'll just write the formula, okay? So that you not get confused later on. By 2, comma, Y1 plus Y2 by 2. So in this case, X1 is minus 2 plus 2 by 2. And then 2 plus 8 by 2. So which is 0. And then this is 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 by 2 is 5. Got it? So we still have one point left, which is point R. Let's do it for point R as well. For R, right? The ratio will be M1 is to M2 is. Now it's quite easy, right? 1 part, 2 part, 3 part is 2. This side is 1 part. So R equal to XY. And then for X, we have M1, which is 3 into X2, which is 2, plus 1 into X1, which is minus 2. I hope you're catching up because I'm going a little way too fast. Next would be M1 into Y2 plus M2 into Y1. Formula nili khaya is there. My steps keep correct. I just didn't write the formula because I'm quite sure you guys are familiar with the formula. That's why. 824 plus 2 by 4. So we'll get something like 4 by 4, which we can cut obviously. And this will get something like this. So 4 4 is 1. And then this is 13 by 2 is the final answer. So there we have it. 4 points altogether. Right? So like, it's not compulsory for you to use the midpoint formula, but then since it's a lot more time saving than using the traditional long formula, so it'll be better if you get used to it also. Whenever you see midpoints, you can literally use this formula. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Since we skipped the 9, let's come back and continue with question number 4. Question number 4. Find the ratio in which the line segments joining the point this and this is divided by minus 1 and 6. Not minus 1 and 6, but it's minus 1, 6. So what they're saying is we are supposed to find the ratio. Okay, so 2 lines are being joined, minus 3, 10, and then 6 minus 8 are joined. and then we have a point. We don't know where the point is, okay, but it's somewhere in the middle where it's -1 and 6. So what they're saying is they want us to find in what ratio this thing is dividing this and this. So we'll use the same formula. Everything we're going to do the same. So I'll just write here, okay, x1 y1 in this case is represented by -3 10, x2 y2 is represented by 6 -8, and then xy is represented by -1 6, because that's what we did, right? Switch this off, it's too noisy. See, we always, in all the previous questions, we took this x1 y1, x2 y2, and then the middle one, whatever the coordinate is, since they used to give us the ratio, whatever the answer is, we took that as x and y, right? So right now they've given us x and y, but they did not give us m1 is to m2. So xy is -1 6, all the stuff. I hope you understood. So let's just apply the formula exactly like how they used to. So I told you it depends on situation, and we'll use the formulas according to the situation, right? So x coordinate was given by m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2, right? So since x coordinate was given by this, let's just substitute the values. X is -1, m1 we don't know, x2, since x2 is this one, we'll write 6, plus m2 we don't know, x1 is -3 by m1 plus m2. So if you bring this both this side and multiply with -1, we'll get minus m1, because -1 will multiply with both m1 and m2 since both are coming this side, right? Bracket there, or the bracket colonization. So -1 into m1 is minus m1 minus m1. Let's cut this, okay, and then minus m2 equal to, this one will become 6m1, this one will become -3m2. So let's match the m1 and m2 together, okay? So minus m1 minus 6m1 equal to -3m2 plus m2. So this will become -5m1 equal to -2m2, right? No, this is -7, sorry. Yes, -1 -6 -7. So minus we can cut. Now I told you that m1 and m2 are what? Are the ratios, right? So if m1 and m2 are the ratios, and it means ratios means division other which na. So m1 is to m2 literally means m1 by m2. Kate na common factor na rakhiramdi itu ho jai. Itu gi ratio banaidiyo. होइन? So we can make this in this form and then in this form. So we'll write m1 divided by this m2 comes this side. So since this is multiplication, it will become division. 2 is here. I did not move 2, but instead I'm going to send 7 this side. So since this is multiplication, it will become division. Or you can say m1 is to m2 equal to 2 is to 7. So what you will notice from this question is that it doesn't matter if you do with x or y. Even if you if you want to try it out, take y equal to, right, m1 y2 plus m2 y1, m1 plus m2, and then you solve it, you will get exactly the same, 2 is to 7. Okay, so even if it's x or y, you will get the same answer no matter what. And it's not like it's necessary for you to take x and y also. You just have to choose one of them. So sometimes they will give you a specific condition where only x is given or only y is given. So according to that, you're going to use the advantage of using only one to find the answer. Okay, so that's the question. So in question number 5, we will be using, since we used only x and found the answer, in question number 5 we will be using only one of them, because only one of them, only one information is given in the question. So first let's read the question. Find the ratio in which the line segment joining this and this is divided by x-axis. So we have done several questions which say that which lie on x-axis in the previous exercise. So if this x-axis, this y-axis, any point lying on x-axis, the name of this point is 1 0, the name of this point is 2 0. If I put here -1, the name of this point is -1 0. If I put -5 here also, the name of this point will -5 0. What you'll notice is that for every value of the, y that lies on x-axis, the value of y is always going to be 0. So in this question, what they're saying is there are 2 points. Okay, one is, let's try to draw a little accurate of what they're saying. One point is 1 minus 5. So 1 is here, minus 5 is down here. So 1 minus 5. Let's say this is 1 minus 1. 1 minus 5. And then b is minus 4, 5. So let's say b is minus 4, 5. Around here. I don't know. Blind joke. So what they're saying is these two are being joined. And when the line joining these 2 points is being divided by the x-axis, because this is the x-axis, at a particular ratio. So the point at which they are intersecting each other, this point will have a value, right? Will have a coordinate. And the coordinate we don't know, but x la value ekta thakyo, will you y la value to 0 because any point lying on x-axis will always be 0. So no matter what, the value of y will be 0 no matter where it lies on x-axis. So since x-axis is dividing this line into two in some certain ratio, we know that y-axis will be 0. So we'll take that advantage since we know that we just need one of the values to find the ratio. Okay. So I'll just keep this here. A is already given, which means A is 1. I'll just write this like this so that you will get an idea of which one is what and what is not. And then we have given B is minus 4, 5. So x2, y2. And then we're going to take let C equal to x0 or xy equal to x0. Okay, let's write according to what this one. C equal to x0 equal to xy, because this is, so this is our point A, this is our point B, so I'm taking this as C. Okay, simple. So this C represents the value of xy in which we use the formula, right? So since we know the value of only y, in this case only y is known, since y is 0, this one is unknown, so we cannot use this. So we'll use the value of formula of y. So we know, okay, I hope you understood that. Y equal to m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. So y is 0, m1 we don't know, y2 is 5, and y1 is minus 5 by m1 plus m2. Now if I take m1 and m2 this side and multiply with 0, anything with multiplying 0 is always going to be 0. So we'll get 5 m1, and then plus and the minus is minus 5 m2. If I take minus 5 m or minus m1 this side, it will become minus 5 m1 equal to minus 5 m2. Minus we can cut, m1 by m2 equal to 5 by 5. And then this also we can cut, because I told you that this is a ratio, it has to be in the simplest form. Therefore m1 is to m2 equal to 1 is to 1. So that is your final answer. I hope you understood this question. This kind of question might actually come for your exams, because this is literally very easy questions to do, since it multiplies 0 roid on you one easier zone, so it's like highly multiple choice type kind of a question where they can make it easily. So that is part 1 question. Now for part 2 they're saying also find the coordinate of the point of division. So they're also asking us to find the value of x, but now you know the value of m1 and m2, so easily you can find the value of x. Since m1 and m2 is 1 is to 1, it literally means midpoint. So x will be x1 plus x2 by 2, since it's midpoint. So x1 is what? 1 plus minus 4 by 2, x equal to minus 3 by 2. So therefore point of division means itu ko as there, itu this point, which is represented by x0 equal to x0, but x we got minus 3 by 2 to 0. So that's it. So that's the second part, in case you want to look at it together.